Hello everyone, I am Jitender Singh Dahiya. I welcome you to read my story where I interview authors, speakers, coaches, celebrities, entrepreneurs and more. Today I have with me Dr. Sanjay Rout. His academic credentials contains different achievements from renowned universities, institutions like NIT, IIM, IIT, University of Pennsylvania, University of Washington, Imperial College London, John Hopkins University and others. Including several achievements, he holds three bachelor degrees, three masters, Ph.D. in humanity, Ph.D. in psychology, Ph.D. in management, D.Sc in medicine, D.Litt in law in his academic career. He has worked for a decade in various verticals of research, innovation, technology, and psychology. Currently working as a Chancellor of MV University, Mexico, CEO of Innovative Solution Lab, and Chair Professor of RKU University. He has been a part of various innovation business think tank organization, author of 100 plus books and research papers. In his last and in last, he has been awarded with world's top 100 leaders in open innovation and also received many awards, recognitions, and fellowships. Today, he will be discussing and sharing with us his life journey. So let us hear from him. Welcome, Dr. Sanjay. The platform is open and over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jitender ji, and welcome to all people. Especially very gratitude to all peoples, all of my friends and all, and those people who are watching this inspiration talks, which is always given by Jitender ji, and many good so and congratulations to him, especially for giving a lot of innovative approaches and life journey transformations of different people soon to the publics for a lot of inspirations and growth to among the youths and audiences among the lives. Thank you so much, Jitender ji.
Thank you so much. The first thing I'd like to know from you is how did your past life affected the person who you wanted to be and what you are?
Jitender ji, I belongs to a defense plus farmers family. Been brought up in a very in early as 80s at times in various schoolings and all typologies, which is pretty different from townships and schooling typology. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I was in the when working with my families like in the farming lands, I always see a lot of you can say problems, especially on the agro aspects, a lot of things. We don't have access of electricity, there is no communication. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I was always thinking to create something for these problems. Okay. So in between 10th standard, I was not clear that what to be to make in the career to make this problem solution. Okay. After 10th, as in 80s, every people we are jumbled into the technical degrees and all. So for actually, I was imbibing into that. Why not we proceed for the administrative parts? And so I just completed my graduation. So and I focused for some years from the renowned EPSCs and state level services and all. Okay. Hopefully, I cracked at that time 2 times the state level services and one time the center level services. Okay. But actually, I was hesitant to join by seeing some of examples because if we are in the chairs, we can't do more about people, so there is no use of chair. Correct. So that's why I left that career and started my career into the research and academics lines. One of the professor I remember, that is Professor Ramesh Chandra. Is one of the professor based at Odisha, because my hometown was Odisha. Mm-hmm. So he told me one day that people say that jack of all trades, never do anything else. Can you prove it wrong? So I said, I was very young at that time. I told him that, sir, it is maybe true that some people have told that jack of all trades, nothing to do or something else. But he told me that maybe anyone can say about this, but this is not true. True has a different
It's all
definition.
depend on person to person basically.
Person to person. Then he
Mm-hmm.
inspired me with talks and all. Then I started my career with
Mm-hmm.
some of the research institutions and some of the MNCs, big MNCs
Okay.
in the primary period. Then I'm working with different people, cultures and all. I was actually as a solution maker. I'm not saying that research, but research is a searching of new things, but a solution
Mm-hmm.
maker. We need to solution maker means we need to know about all aspect of the solutions. So
Okay.
that's why which make me interest to learn about the first solution about the human brains. So
Mm-hmm.
then I entered into the psychology and do couple of years for the
Okay.
practices and all.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do a lot of practices, even in the law, in the business, and in the technological aspects also to creating
Okay.
solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a journey of a lot of learnings from people. In the primary period, I
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of inputs. I'm not saying negative, maybe criticisms. I'm not saying negative because I will always take it as a positive. Because since from my childhood, I always believe that the competition is of me and mine. It's not about others. It's
Correct.
how
Correct.
I can prove best. When I wake up in the morning, when I see
Right.
myself in the mirror, I have to see eye to eye contact that I have done a good thing to the society or the people. Okay, so
Definitely.
that the
Mm.
inspirations make me
Mm.
profound to this arena.
When you take competition within yourself, then that is the time you start your journey towards betterment of your own self. When you
Yeah,
see the
yeah,
competition with others, then that is a different thing altogether. Then that
yes,
is kind of
yes,
winning and
absolutely,
losing.
absolutely.
Right. So with this, I'd like to know more about your passion. What are the things you are passionate about in your life?
So I'm passionate into traveling. First thing is
Okay.
that passionate into mixing
Mm.
a lot of people to different cultures. Passionate into ancient technology. There are a lot of passionate areas,
Okay.
and in the hobbies, I like to sports are my hobbies, but I have never been to means be some of the excellent in sports. But I love
Uh,
to play different sports. Okay, so
mhm.
there are a lot of hobbies, especially to my main hobbies is linkage to learning. So
Okay.
maybe I'm not a good cook, but I want to learn how is cooking. But maybe I'm
Right.
not a good
Mhm.
singer. I want to learn the. So there are a lot of because
Mm.
60 years. I always believe that we have 60 years. It's a not a journey of sorrow and happiness. The journey should be a
Mm.
knowledge tree. So
Correct.
every time and seconds we should learn about all aspects.
Really wonderful. And I have just like while introducing you, I just mentioned all few of your qualifications. There are many which we have not used here. Maybe probably somebody goes through your profile, they would be feeling like wow when they see your qualification. Really wonderful.
So that's the point which changed my life. That Professor Ramesh, that jack of all trades,
Mhm.
because excellency has no definition, and
Yes.
excellency have nothing else. So it's not like because if you go to any of the scientists, maybe Einstein or maybe the Aryabhatta or many any of the renowned people, so they
Hmm.
are not into spoon fed or like luck destinified or something else.
Yeah.
They have compete with themselves and create
Correct.
solutions, and
Correct.
the world accept the solution. So that is
Correct.
the main thing.
They kept themselves exploring new things.
Yes, yes.
Right. Right. So, you just mentioned about your qualification, your experiences, and everything. Now, I am moving on to the next thing. I'd like to know more about your work and experiences. What you do, how you do, where you do.
So currently, I'm based at Mexico. Santa Clara is one of the university chancellor called MB University,
Mhm.
Mexico operations and some of the European operations. And because since from 2019 pandemic happens, so all things are
Mhm.
being synchronized in the operation.
Correct.
So
Correct.
apart from that, I am a chair professor of RKU University Libria and also part of various organizations, some organization because there are a number of organizations. So I'll be
Mhm.
conclude some names. So One Analytical is one of the organization based at USA. I was a part
Mhm.
of the innovators and influencers, especially on the boards. And
Okay.
one organization called Idea Spice in the Australia, Appin Technology in the Australia. So as a part of research and innovators, and I am a board member of Innovation Association of the World, and
Okay.
also been board member of various organizations, and have
Hmm.
been working with some of the projects. There are various projects, but one project is on the hybrid cars, and one
Wonderful.
project is related to the drone-based fueling systems, and
Okay.
one project is relating to the related to the healthcare infrastructures. Okay, there
Hmm.
are different things. How to improvise healthcare infrastructures in remote areas throughout the drones and all. Then one
Like you are working
current
on innovation basically.
yeah, currently working on the free energy solution, one of the projects, segment project, which can be,
Hmm.
it's a very R&D project, still in the R&D
Okay.
phase. It's a
Hmm.
creating number of energy without any carbon ratings and all. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
um, and
Natural,
one segment,
natural energy.
yeah, yeah, and one project is related to the I am because I am very passionate into quantum dynamics and into
Ah.
the agility topics. So
Hmm.
how we can improvise the neuron systems in the
Okay.
brain to
Hmm.
make the person or any of the future bodies especially to reaching that level of, because in currently if you could go to any of the country, the
Hmm.
biggest problem is that about the stress, anxiety, and lot of issues and
True.
all. Okay,
True.
so if you could tap down the major area of the issue is the brain. Okay, so
Hmm.
how we can formulate it so that we can restructure all the things in the future. So there are few projects. There are a couple of projects also I am working in the parallel behind, and
Okay.
if you will be amazed that. I'm because in India, especially from India, because I
Hmm.
always believer from India. I'm also
Ah.
planning to as a author also working on a couple of times. I'm planning to create some of the diaspora on the NFT and blockchain spheres for the
Okay.
publishers and
Hmm.
authors.
Hmm.
How they can be formulated new things in the future. So there are a lot of things
Hmm.
parallelly I'm working, and because which can be replicated and helpful to the next generation.
Really interesting, and I love to hear more on all these things because these are really interesting and like lot of information which definitely would be part of coming technologies or futuristic technologies, I must say, and they could be very useful to all of us, like all human beings. So definitely would like to hear and learn more about them. So with this, I'd like to know about you. What is your vision, mission, and goal for next 5 to 10 years, maybe?
So one of my vision, mission, and like goal of the life is to
Mhm.
dream, create, and inspire. So
Okay.
this three word is my vision, mission, and you can say goal of my life.
Mhm.
So dream means daydreamer. I'm always a daydreamer.
Okay.
Dream, create means creating solutions,
Mhm.
and inspire means inspiring people to create more solutions
Correct.
from it.
Definitely. This is really the ask of the day because we are seeing very less people taking initiative to innovate these days. So this is really important that people should start innovating, start looking for new and like new ways of easing out things or looking for different solutions maybe. So this is really wonderful. So like with your personal and professional life, what are few of the
Mhm.
learnings which you can share with us?
So there are a lot of things. I jot down few things. In the
Hmm.
personal life, I have in when I started my career, especially on the education and high-end research and all, you required a lot of funds.
Correct.
Because we are from the middle background. When my family was not
Hmm.
able to afford the fees and all the like traveling. Because at that time only airline was there. That is Air India, as you know,
True.
all the things.
Ah,
So I'm not being blessed to getting much more scholarships or to jot
hmm.
down all the things. So
Correct.
I try to get support from people at that time, because when actually there is a war when you are struggling, there was no one else to support you except your
Right.
soul.
Mm-hmm.
And you are also, when you are success, there are everywhere, everyone is with you, but you have to remember your soul. So that
Correct.
is my consideration, is that if this is my dream, anyhow
Hmm.
I would be reached to there. So that's the inspiration of my personal life make me here. And a lot of
Definitely.
support from
Hmm.
my parents and my families also. And
Ah,
especially in the professional life, as you know that professional means excellency. But I
correct.
learned one thing from my professional life as a
Mm-hmm.
health practitioner in the legality aspect also.
Mm-hmm.
So like commercialization is not always be a big factor of any professional excellency.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
like every business, everything, why we are doing this for our family or for our society or something else.
True.
So, why not we are open up? Open up
Mm.
means open to all situations, making resilience to people.
Ah,
Maybe if I
correct.
am a CEO of the company, so
Mm.
I know the commercial avenue is better to my company, but I have nothing else to taking that commercial avenue by taking giving more stress to my employees and all. So
Definitely.
stress can't make you innovate. It can be renovate, but it can't make you innovate.
Definitely.
So
That cannot happen.
the
Mm.
professional life make me journey is that. So that I always being as a research, I believe that my life is little means 60 or 70 years. Okay, I don't
Mm-hmm.
dream for 500 years, 60, 70 years. What are the meaningful things? I just want to jolt down so that from that end any person can be jolt, because if you go come back, because India I always inspired, and I also heard a lot of about from
Yeah.
the foreign countries especially,
Mm-hmm.
that actual scientists and actual, you can say actual in the sense, those who are passionate into science, they are the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
And
Correct.
since from our ancient technologies, those
Mm-hmm.
scientists, maybe you can go to aircraft technology, maybe you are going to energy technology, anything else.
Correct. Correct.
So
Correct.
any scientist have never patented, never say that you have to give me commercialization from my work or something else. They are
Mm.
open to the society, so they are still be remembered by the people.
Correct.
Thanks, but their work is still being researching and how,
Mm.
because with the current scientific technology which is now we are working, they have used to work
Mm-hmm.
from 5,000 years back without the scientific
Definitely. Huh.
equipment.
Mm.
So that is the main cause from my journey. So I concluded all aspects in my like personal and professional life, is that
Mm-hmm.
to creating a solution by irrespective of all problems, because life, because brain is a like a repeated box, okay, who always
Yes.
make you convicted that this is, if you could do the yes or no symbols, like you are giving the exam. So
Hmm.
make him, you can't tame the brain, you can't tame the mind, but you can make him a best friend by making small tricks to make him a best
Hmm.
friend. And believe me, when you make brain or mind your best friend, then all world is yours.
Correct. Right. Indeed. Definitely. And the most important thing, as you just mentioned, that research is really important, and the kind of investment required in research is quite heavy. And if we see Indian market, we have lots and lots of companies, but they are not intending to get into the research thing. If we see the scientists in India, they get qualifications from India or abroad, and they start working for the foreign companies. They are doing extensive research, they are doing innovations, they are creating so many solutions abroad. But if we talk about the things in India, still we are struggling with innovation or technological development, despite we having the best of the talents, best of the scientists, best of the engineers, best of the doctors, everything we have is the best. But the thing is, we are not creating any technology, we are not creating any solutions, we are importing them. So I
Yes.
also wish that the organization, especially the large ones, or maybe the medium and small also, they should start keeping some of their money as part of research and development activity. If they can do themselves, that is fine. Otherwise, we can create labs in multiple locations where in they can spend their fundings, or that they can invest those money into those centers wherein people from small cities, town, schools, colleges can come, who want to innovate, who want to work research on those things, they can get the exposure out of those things. This is my personal belief that it should start like
Yeah, yeah, I agree with your point. I just want to add on one point on that.
Mhm,
Actually, 2 years back, when I was in a international conference regarding
mhm.
all the innovations and this, I pitched to all countries also that in
Ah,
every country we have a budgeting on education, health, and all the
correct.
things. Why
Mhm.
not we have a budget on the innovation?
Definitely.
Innovations means it's not like we are creating a hub. My means is
Mhm.
that education should be integrated with innovations. Okay, there should
Definitely.
be a free
Mhm.
access lab to all people. They should not be restricted into education and qualification.
Ah,
If you could, I have seen a lot of things in the social media. If you could go down, and also
mhm.
if you, we are using now Zoom application, we are using now Facebook
Yes.
application.
Mhm.
So do you know, because education are two things: qualification and learning. Those
Correct.
people are learner, they are innovators. Those people are been educated, they are into jobs or like higher
Ah,
post or something else. But the
correct.
innovators have making here to diaspora the market, like Facebook has done. Okay, the
Ah,
young kid boy has changed the diaspora. So my perception to like all the spheres that we have a lag of innovation, especially in the
mhm.
pandemic in the 2019. You have seen a lot of innovations, but
Correct.
add to that, we should ready about the future. So
Mhm.
there should be a, some one of the centric hub segment to every
Ah,
schools where there should be a high tech lab, and students should be learn that innovation is not into technology. Innovation is into different spheres. It's like a
definitely.
solution.
Definitely.
It's not like a engineer, a art students can't innovate.
Ah.
It's not like a undergraduate can't innovate. So
Yeah,
if you
like
could do
if you
that,
say historical things, there are so many scientists who were not even educated properly, but they created so many things in their life. Thomas Alva
yeah. So
Edison is one
yeah,
of the
so
examples.
I was just want to add one
Hmm.
innovator's name. If you heard about Nagarjuna, one of the
Yeah.
renowned scientists,
Hmm.
always I admire one of my best mentor
Hmm.
because he's a scientist who innovate 40 to 60 methodology of metal science with the
Okay.
lab.
Hmm.
When there is an Alumni University, a lot of university in India,
Yeah.
because in the archaeological we know only 405. So
Ah,
people are coming down here to study the things because not only about the qualification but about the skill and expertise.
correct.
Okay,
Correct. Correct.
so we need to recognize that and make people more motivated.
Hmm.
So creating business organizations, creating solutions is like creating entrepreneur is okay with the country for the
Ah,
commercialization, but we need different specific solutions for the next
definitely.
futuristic 10 to 20 years.
Indeed. So, with this, I'd like to know about the most important thing of the day, of the hour, is what is the futuristic approach towards new technological development in India?
There are a lot of futuristical approaches. I can say I can jot down up to thousands of futuristical approaches if permitted, but I'll be added few things.
Mm,
So if India has in the pandemic suffering a lot, India, not only India, a lot of part of the world has been suffering a lot
yeah.
regarding
Mm,
situation of health infrastructure or something else.
correct.
So through the drone technologies, if you could
Mm,
introduce a traveling hospital, so traveling medicinal services to remote peoples,
mm,
where because still there are a lot of barriers of communication in the
correct.
sense roads are not good or something else, so people
Ah,
are not getting there. So if
mm,
we could utilize the drone based systems for transferring hospitalized systems to flying hospitals, I can say, if I
correct.
could.
Correct.
And
Mm,
second, I was just want to say that today traffic is very much like hazy in all part of the towns and all.
mm,
So why not we are creating some different diaspora of traffic typologies like
correct.
lesser pollutive. So and we can use that. Third thing is that we can merge books
Mm,
into VR technologies where students who learn from the real experience, not from the bookish things. Okay,
okay.
so
Mm-hmm.
VR tech, yeah. So that is one of the aspiration. And fourth aspiration is that regarding energy, we need to conclude all the things that we need a solution of energy because all
Mm-hmm.
peoples are nowadays essential of office access, so
Correct.
everything else we need
Mm,
depend upon the energy. We need a solution which can be given a lot of energy for a fulfillment of 50 years of our country, along with
Hmm.
carbon netting free and all the things.
Correct,
And
correct.
especially fifth part is that related as we are evolving more into technologies and all
Hmm.
the youngsters are involving the smartphones and all the activities and all,
Hmm.
how we can integrate the neuron therapies into most intervention ways so that their psychological and mental health will be more enhanced. If you could see in 2019 to 2020, a lot of
Hmm.
psychological issue happening to all part of the world. So how we
Yes.
can attrition it? So
Hmm.
there are a lot of things. Okay, I can see the features of India because India has a legacy to create solutions. But
Correct, correct, correct.
unfortunately, because they need to create solution for India, I prescribe to all
Right.
people
Hmm. Hmm.
so that the futuristic citizens who should utilize. Because one thing I always remember and from my mentors, and I
Hmm.
always believe that everything else gifted by God, maybe success, maybe failure, maybe less money, maybe more money, is a gift to
Definitely.
you
Hmm. Right.
to make you more. So even if social media, even if technology is not a bad, how you can use this thing to
Correct.
clear your vision. That is the main prospectiveness. Like
Uh,
I am saying, people have a lot of disorder in the skin issues. People have a lot of disorder in the eye issues. How we
yes.
can, through smartphone technologies or through IoT devices, we can diagnose him
Hmm.
properly before and giving solutions on that. So through also in the medical terminology of heart diseases is also increasing in India.
Correct,
So
correct.
how we can formulate all the things. So there are a lot of
Hmm.
integrations and innovations needed to be adaptation in future in India.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely. There are a lot many things to be worked on. Like how we can see that these technology would be able to help and create some value for the ecosystem as a whole. How like you talked about the green energy. If we talk about green energy, the cost is really high as compared to the energy which we are
Yes.
producing through coals or other ways other ways of energy formation which we are following these days. So that is one part. Cost is again one thing which is a barrier, and there are similar other barriers also. How we can get through them and how we can create value out of these technologies.
So, like, especially every country have their own strength of mines and minerals. Okay,
Mhm.
so mostly nowadays in every part of the world they are into only to the mines and minerals. They are not focusing the natural things and all. Okay, so the energy
Yeah.
should be not only green, but that should be a free energy. Okay, like free education,
Mhm.
that should be a free energy. Free energy means those who have not a means less number of chances for the pollution,
Right.
especially because.
Mhm.
Uh, Free energy in the sense I'm saying is that the energy is we are nowadays everybody is using the solar energy. If you heard about
Right.
solar
Right.
energy,
Right.
so why not we are if solar energy is that we are taking energy from the sun, why not we are
Mhm.
using the moon energy also in the night times with that solar panel? Okay,
Okay. Mhm.
and second thing is that we are using bricks in the house.
Right.
Any house nowadays, bricks in the house. Why
Hmm.
not convert these bricks into the rechargeable, you can say electricity, thermodynamic electricity, so that in
Mhm.
the night times, at least in the remote areas, they can have access of electricity and all.
Okay.
And the third is that hybrid technologies. Why not hybrid in the sense of we how why not we are modulating into the wind powers and along with the solar powers to formulate a hybrid technology where we can
Okay.
place it in
Mhm.
the hilly regions. Okay, so
Mhm.
that is one more thing. And one project which my team and a couple of people who are working on that.
Mhm.
It's a high-end research. We are in the mid phase. Okay,
Mhm.
but if all things the blessing of our God is fine down here, so we're getting a lot of energies without making pollution to the world.
Okay.
But it is and it's a very segmented energy. It's a continuous
Mhm.
form of energy. That's why I called it a free energy. A
Mhm.
continuous form of energy which will be giving to you without
Okay.
any hesitancy. You don't have to think about your monthly or something else. Okay, but that is
Right.
one perception is that. So utilizing of energy also imbalances. Hello.
Yeah, some break. who was there.
Yeah, probably. Utilizing of energies was,
Hmm.
it's not means we have to, because heat sink from technologies like servers and everything also making our environment very hot. So you have to
Right.
minimize the usage. Okay, we have to develop the newest technologies from the battery technologies, which is
Hmm.
risk free and having a greater capabilities of restore product more and
True.
more. Okay,
Correct. Correct.
so why not we are using the wireless technology? I'm saying wireless technologies.
Hmm.
Why you are only focusing on the batteries? Why
Okay.
you are only
Hmm.
investing on the battery? We can create a
Hmm.
battery like a device which can restore the energy solution for a long term. So there are a
Okay.
lot of replications can be jolled down on that.
Hmm. This shows like so many things needs to be done. Like
Yes, yes,
we have
yes.
just discussed few of them. There are so many things which are to be
There are a
explored,
lot
to
of
be find
countries.
solution for, to be explored. And right.
Yeah, there are lot of countries, those who are already in the 50 to 60% mid phase. They have been the
Hmm.
very, if you could, there are most of the European countries, some of the countries in the Gulf also, they have
Hmm.
been more be imbibing into this. But
Okay.
need to be time to all peoples to creating more approaches onto it.
Hmm. Correct. 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 Absolutely. So, I'd like to know more about you. Like, were you an introvert or an extrovert while facing your audience when you started initially? And how you like developed yourself or how you improved yourself? What is the transition phase? How it was during those times?
Initially, I was an introvert, and because I have to be an introvert because I want to know about my key strengths, key
Hmm.
possibilities, and want to learning more and ground and all the things.
Right.
But after starting my career, I was extrovert, but I always try to mix two things in my life, introvert and
Hmm.
extrovert. Whenever I needed to giving solutions to the people and to like interact and all the things, I became extrovert. And
You
when I
try to be.
needed myself as a learning introvert,
Uh,
so I need these two things. One thing is not essential. I need two things to balance myself regarding all the avenues of the journey.
hmm.
And I am happy is that because when I'm an introvert means I'm a learning now. Okay, if I'm speaking to you means I'm extrovert. Okay, so a
Right.
person need to be introvert, then a person should be extrovert according to that.
Definitely, balance it out is the best way.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, with this, I'd like to know more about your journey. Who were your biggest supporters during that time?
Professor, my the initial period from my parents, then the professor Ramesh, and there are a lot of people, especially one Professor Jones and Professor Maria,
Hmm.
and one of my friend Eric. There are a lot of people throughout my life. Especially, I convey to my spouse and my little child also because they have a I have they have given a lot of sacrifices because I have to
Correct.
travel a lot in my career. They
Correct.
have given a lot
Hmm.
of motivation. So a lot of journey. Like say, I always allows criticisms like feedbacks from the people because
Hmm.
try to improvise bit of second myself. So
Hmm.
all the peoples, not only the people
Right.
say positive about me, all the peoples who are also negative, also criticized, or in my maybe
That
in the past
happens.
years, or
Hmm.
maybe some, yeah. So these all peoples credited of my success of my life.
Definitely. Definitely. Not only your well wishers, all your people who scold you, people who try to get you down. They also make you strong, and they also make you keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. So, I'd like to know more about people who get you inspired, or who motivates you in your life.
So first thing is the person who motivates me is like because I'm an introvert. That is my soul. The first inspiration.
Hmm.
Second inspiration is my parents
Okay.
and family. And third inspirations is like I say in my since in my youngster times that was Professor Ramesh
Hmm.
and some of my senior colleagues like Eric, of Professor Mary, and
Hmm.
Professor Jones. There are a lot of people, so those who inspire me to make excellency, make a legacy in the solutions,
Okay.
and make it's not like experiment is not a since experiment means
Correct.
experience the solution. Like
Correct.
as you told, Thomas Alva Edison has taken 1,000 time of experience to create a new
Correct. New solution.
bulb for the market.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's not like failure. I always one thing is that life should be, from my tagline to life is that learning your inspirations from your experience is life.
Definitely.
So that
Hmm.
is the tagline which I always follow is that.
Hmm.
So as an author also I got a lot of feedback because I mostly write on the futuristic topics, and
Okay.
I love to write on different diaspora. So it
Hmm.
also inspire me from people is that those people who I am not reachable, at least my words should reach to them, and those
Yes.
people's my
Hmm.
voice is not reachable, it should reach to them. So I try my level best to keep up all the things because I have only 24 hours to make all the things streamlined.
Definitely.
It's
Hmm.
hectic, I agree, but I am okay with that because I have decided my goal to
Hmm.
innovate and solution to the society.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And really inspiring too. With this, I'd like to know more about your take on success, how you feel like success should be.
Success has no real definition. Success is different from person to person.
Yes,
Success is one of the learning of your life to increase, like start stage one to stage two. So
true.
there is no profound success in maybe if you are maybe in the youngster times you are achieving to be a part of IITs. When you
Uh-huh.
reach to IIT, then you part to be IIMs. So
Definitely.
success means
Hmm.
success means there is no pre-specific definition.
Hmm.
Success means if your knowledge, if your excellency, if your things
Hmm.
actually fruitful to society and futuristic generation,
Correct.
and also helpful to all aspects, then actually it is called real success. Maybe if I am a 500 millionaire, maybe any rich people,
Hmm.
but what about this money after 60 years? So there is
Definitely.
no
That
sense.
has
So,
no value.
so
Hmm.
yes, success has no clear definitions that
Hmm.
I am a CEO of this company means I am very successful. No, that is not.
That is not.
Success have a different definition which changes from time to time.
Hmm.
According to time, you have to define your success. So that's why I always told to all my fellow, my students, researcher, innovators, try to accept the failure,
Correct.
try to accept the failure because it is the seed which make you pull out to the success level or your dream
Definitely.
level.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah,
True.
try to accept the failure.
Correct. Correct. Until unless you try to evaluate yourself, your failures, you would not be able to come out from them that what could be the next best thing you can do.
Yeah. Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
So now we are moving on to the last question of the day. Any message, advice would you like to make to our audience, viewers, and listeners?
As a psychiatrist and an innovator, I just want to pass one message to all
Hmm.
people, like not educated at all.
Hmm.
Currently, we are using all technology like smartphone, gadgeted, and all the
Yes,
things. Okay, who innovated it? The human innovated it. Okay,
definitely. Hmm.
and which lab innovated it? Your brain lab is innovated it. Okay,
Yes, yes.
nature have given you a beautiful, you can say, innovative instrument that is your brain.
Hmm.
So we are in the total human life. We are utilizing only 2 to 3% of our brain, and baki
Correct, correct.
all things are utilizing my thinking, stress, and all the things. This happening to me. This happening to me. No,
Yeah.
try to utilize your brain as much as possible because
Hmm.
it's not like I'm using my brain more. When you using your brain more, then brain will be more creating neurons to you. Okay,
Yes. Hmm.
so try to utilizing your more brains. Then you can see success coming to you. You are not going to the success coming to you. Okay,
Yes, true.
so
Correct.
don't preface success is that if I'm preparing for any IT exams, if I got failure from the IT exam, then there is
Hmm.
no test. So no, it is not. You
Correct.
are here for a unique thing else. So there are a lot of diaspora.
Uh-huh.
So one thing is that you can't always fight with your brain stress and situations. but
Yes.
you can make a friend or you friend your mind as a friend and your brain as a best lab
Mhm.
who can create solutions so that there is a legacy. You can spread out through the horizons
Ah.
on that.
Mhm. Correct. Correct. Correct.
And second thing I just want to add,
Mhm.
solutions. Success has no definition with education or credibility. Education
Ah.
is like education gives us a opportunity to learn more about, to respect more about people, to respect more about society for
Correct.
resilience.
Correct.
Education giving you on that.
Hmm.
So be stress free. Whatever you receive in your life, that is good. So
Hmm.
make specific goals in your life. Within this year, I have to do that. If it is not do that, then what are the other options for me?
Ah,
So be
definitely.
backup options also. So
Hmm.
streamline your life. Try to enjoy every moment of your life with a cup of
Hmm.
tea or something else, whatever
Correct.
you like that.
Correct.
So at least in the age of 60 years, you don't have a formulation is that I have not done it. If I could done that, maybe something will be different.
Yes.
So
Yes.
stress free, we are being stress free. We are being give more into. I'm not saying introvert. Introvert means learning. We are giving more of our time to learning
Mhm.
new things, and if you could utilize our excellence, you have to like learn what is our more core expertise areas and all, so we
Yes.
can create a different diaspora of solutions. Maybe you can be a best author, maybe you can be a best engineer, maybe you can be a best doctor. It's not defined also. A best doctor can't be a best engineer, or
Correct.
best engineer can't be a best doctor. So
Correct.
everything
Correct.
is open. It's
Correct.
an open platform. So you have to prove it. You have to prove it to whom? Not to others. You have to prove it to
Correct.
yourself.
Hmm.
Are you and what are you for here? So that
Hmm.
should be a success definition.
Correct. Correct. The important thing is anybody can be a creator, can be an innovator. The only thing is you should be focused. You should have clear your mind. You should start using your mind as much as possible in the positive and right way. And you can definitely
Yes,
create huge success in anything, whatever you do.
absolutely, absolutely.
Great, really awesome. And I must say that it was a wonderful session with you. What an amazing
Same
insight,
here.
and your knowledge and your experience is really awesome. I would definitely would like to invite you again and hear more from you.
Sure.
It was really enjoyable and really informative and engaging as well. Looking forward to hear more from you soon. Thank you, Dr. Sanjay, for your time and for
Thank
your
you so much, Jitender.
sharing
Thank you so
with
much.
us.
Thank you so much.
Also, I
Thank you
would
so
be
much.
sharing your website link and social media so that people can get in touch with you wherever they can seek
Sure,
your help,
sure,
advice, guidance. They
sure,
can be in touch
sure,
with you. So
sure,
thank you
sure.
so much, guys, for your
Thank you so
time.
much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and listening. I hope
Thank you so much.
you all have gathered a lot of information and enjoyed watching, listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a good time. Thank you, and bye bye.
Thank you, Jitender. Thank you to all.
Thank you.
Thank
अब
you.
मैं